Welcome back. Since the beginning of the pandemic, our New York City youth have been cooped up at home, and it's safe to say that this summer has brought many challenges, especially in the Bronx, where many of our children lack resources and summer programs and have suffered a great loss of support. The Fresh Air Fund has some exciting virtual and socially distanced summer experiences for your child to join. Joining us now to tell us more is Fatima Shama, Executive Director of the Fresh Air Fund. Fatima, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted to be on with all of you.
Of course, we're glad to have you. Just for those who are not familiar with the program, what is the Fresh Air Fund and what is your mission?
The Fresh Air Fund is an organization that has served children from New York City's low-income communities since 1877. So this is our 144th summer serving young people. Our mission is to support children in the summers in particular, to start relationships with them. It's a time when school's out, and if you don't have a structured program, you might just be sitting at home. But it's a really important time to develop socially, to develop academically, and to be engaged and to be socially engaged. And so we've existed specifically in the opportunity to create opportunities for kids, to connect them to free experiences in the summer.
Thank you so much for sharing, Fatima. So in over 100 years, you've never quite experienced a summer like this with children not being able to really go out much. How has COVID-19 impacted the Fresh Air Fund summer camp experience and the children that usually participate in these programs?
So as far as we know, it's our first time ever that we've had to cancel our summer. This way, we operate 6 different summer camps out of the city, and we operate in partnership with thousands of families who host our children every summer. COVID-19 has definitely treated us to a whole new perspective because of the contagious nature of the program, because of the regulations by state and in our own state. We've actually had to cancel all of our overnight programming and anything outside of New York City. So we had to reimagine summer. And for our children, we're serving young people who have been most affected by COVID-19. The concentration of where COVID-19 has affected communities are literally the communities we work in. They've been inside since March. They've presumably experienced the sort of hardship of this pandemic, which has been both from a public health perspective, but also socially, economically. The lack of engagement, what the disconnection from school, even virtually, has meant. So for us, we know that it's affected our young people tremendously. We know it's affected our communities tremendously. And the summer tends to be a time where we get to see and provide kids a chance to do something differently. So COVID-19 has posed a whole new set of realities for us.
Right. And now, the Fresh Air Fund has worked through some of those challenges, and you've got some exciting things down the line for our Bronx families. Can you please share more about the Fresh Air Summer Spaces program? What is it?
Yeah.
Where are the Bronx locations? Who can participate? How can all the good stuff?
Yeah. So again, with these challenges became opportunities for us to think like, okay, well, we won't be doing overnight programs. What can we do? And so we decided, knowing the communities we serve, that we needed to do something to get kids outside. Even in this time of COVID, we could put in place socially distanced programming to help them. So we launched Summer Spaces. We're operating in 2 neighborhoods in the Bronx, in the Belmont section, on Oak Tree Place, right behind St. Barnabas Hospital, where the Quarry ball fields are. There's the city of New York created Open Streets, which was to close down a series of streets to allow for pedestrians to walk or just to close it down to traffic. We've asked the city to make those streets play streets so that we can help support safe spaces for kids to come outside and play. So we're doing that in 2 neighborhoods in the Bronx specifically. So one is in Belmont, behind St. Barnabas on that Quarry road. And then the second location is in Highbridge. It's on Cromwell Avenue. It's right by Mullally Park. It's free. It's available to children ages 5 to 13. We recognize this moment around keeping the crowds and children distance. So we're doing 10 to 12, 12 to 2, and then 2 to 4, so that we can serve as many kids as possible, but also recognizing the size of the groups. And people can learn more and sign up at our website at freshair.org/summer spaces.
Thank you for sharing. That sounds really exciting. And I'm so happy that this is happening for our children here in the Bronx. Just to elaborate, my next question was actually, how is the Fresh Air Fund ensuring that families are kept safe during COVID-19 outdoors? Are there any safety protocols that you're also implementing?
Yeah. So at every site, there's a nurse and there is a social work staff member, but we have lots of staff. Masks are mandatory. We are managing the crowd size, but we are taking temperatures of the children at check-in. We're trying to manage the spaces. Each of the activities that the kids are doing are individual. So kids will be engaged in arts and in sports, but all the art projects are individual, so they can work on it and take it home when it's done. Any sports recreation that are being done, our staff are cleaning the materials before the next set of children arrive. We have masks for kids just in case they don't have them. We have masks for parents in case they don't have them. And we have sanitizing. Everybody gets a water bottle if they need one. And of course, everybody's learning the 6 feet reality of staying apart 6 feet. We've got benches for kids to be able to sit on by themselves and be able to do whatever they need to. So we've taken all of the protocols that have existed by the state, from the CDC, and from the local city health department, and made sure that our staff is trained on all of them.
Got it. Now, there is another experience for families who would rather join the fund virtually. Can you share more about the Fresh Air Everywhere camp?
Yeah, so we were really unaware of that we would be able to do this summer. So the first thing we decided was that we would make bringing the outdoors indoors possible. And so Fresh Air Everywhere is our virtual program, and it's for children ages 7 to 13. And every morning, kids can sign on and log on. You register by week, and we have 3 different themes: nature, travel, and mystery. And it's a chance for kids to participate for 3 weeks in 3 different issues. We still have spaces open for the month of August, so we'd love families to sign up. But you actually get a box at home, a camp in a box, where there are supplies to help support you through the week. Arts is a huge one, so the kids are engaged every day in art making. There's yoga. There's some literacy projects. There's a book club. Kids who are in the travel program get to travel to places like Maine and to see how life is like in different parts of the country. Kids who are in the mystery program are doing some fun scavenger hunt projects. And then, of course, nature introduces our kids to the farms that we have actually at our camps. And so this has been our response to try to make sure we keep our young people engaged and safe.
The sky's the limit with this virtual world, right? So like now kids can travel virtually, they can see things they've never seen before. So it's still fun, it's still engaging, and thank you for implementing this for the children. Fatima, what are your hopes for our youth and family who participate in these events, whether virtually or in person this summer?
So I would say several things. I think that we have had, this has been a challenging time. And I think that for young people, it's been confusing. And so for me, one of my hopes is that young people remember that they matter and that we as adults care a great deal about them. I think that they have heard so much, whether it's schools closing or this pandemic has really, I think, put a lot of confusion into the minds of our young people. So I think reminding them that they really matter and that they're very much a part of what we need to be doing and focusing on has been critical. I think kids need to smile and be engaged. And I think we have forgotten the importance of social interaction. We're seeing it virtually. Kids love that they're being together in the mornings and they're meeting new kids. The idea that you're sitting at your house in the Bronx and you're meeting a kid who lives in Queens and then another girl's in Brooklyn and you're all doing yoga together. Like, I think it's been really exciting for our kids to do that. So that's been really important, right? So so those are 2 things. And I would say equally, the social interaction piece in the outdoors is critically important. Kids need to move. Physical movement is really important. And I would say safety. So for us, the outdoors has been, how do we provide a safe space for parents to feel comfortable having their kids be outside and for kids to be able to be children, to naturally be children and play. We all like being outside. Summer is a time where you do play outside, no matter what you think of it, right? Whether it's playing in the hydrant or going away or whatever it is. And so for us, I think providing some sense of normalcy and some sense of the safety to be a kid outside and play and meet new people, even if we're all wearing masks, has been really important for us. Fresh air matters. And so for us, it's really the reality of how do we infuse that fresh air into what our children deserve.
I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Fatima. And just for the families who are interested, how can they sign up? How can they find out more information? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so our website, freshair.org, there's a link that says sign up for summer programs. We do ask families to sign up. For the virtual, we need you to sign up. For the Fresh Air Summer Spaces, we're trying to manage crowd and follow all the protocols, so we need you to sign up there too. You can always call us at 1-800-367-0003. And we have staff who are multilingual who can help support any questions and even help you fill out the application online.
Thank you so much for your time and for sharing more about the Fresh Air Fund and all the wonderful initiatives that are going on this summer.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Folks, again, for more information on the Fresh Air Fund Summer Spaces program and Fresh Air Everywhere Camp, please visit freshair.org. You can also follow the Fresh Air Fund on Instagram to stay up to date with events. We'll be right back.